You're at trial, and the judge keeps ruling against you. Every single time your attorney tries to get something into evidence, the judge rules against your attorney. And now you think your case is going downhill. You think you're going to lose the case. You think the judge doesn't like you, and importantly, doesn't like your case. Does that mean you're going to lose your case? Does that mean there's no hope? Would you like to know the answer? Come join me for a walk near the beach as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. Does that mean all those things? The answer is no, it doesn't. The judge is supposed to be impartial. There will be many instances where the judge will have to make a legal ruling about whether or not certain testimony can be given, about whether a witness can go ahead and testify, about whether certain evidence can be presented to the jury. And now the judge has to make a snap decision about whether or not to allow those things to go forward or to be presented in court. You may get the feeling, you may get the perception that the judge does not like you. You may get the perception that the judge does not believe in the validity of your case. Don't be fooled for a second that the judge's opinions are going to affect the outcome of your case. Now, I should share something with you that's very important. It can in very subtle ways affect the outcome of your particular case when a jury goes back to deliberate. However, you should know something, and nobody really talks about this. A judge in a medical malpractice case, in an accident case, in any type of wrongful death case, the judge is always supposed to be impartial. It doesn't matter whether the judge likes you. It doesn't matter whether the judge thinks you have a valid case. It doesn't matter whether the people you have sued, whether the judge believes them over you. Why? Because when you go ahead and have a jury trial, the jurors are the ones who are to determine who is more believable. The jury's function is to decide who they believe, who is more credible. The judge plays no part in that. And although the judge has to make legal rulings throughout the entire duration of the trial, now, just because the judge does not agree with you or your attorney about certain testimony, or that the judge does not allow certain evidence to come in, that does not mean that he does not believe you have a valid case. At least that's what's supposed to happen. The judge is supposed to remain impartial. If it is obvious that the judge is biased, if it is obvious that the judge is leaning in favor of one side or the other, that ultimately may be grounds for appeal if you lose your case. However, in most instances, just because a judge goes ahead and makes rulings against you and your attorney does not mean you're going to lose your case. It does not mean the judge doesn't like you. And you know something else? It should not matter whether the judge likes you and your case. Why? Because ultimately, a jury, 6 members of the community in New York, are going to decide whether you are slightly more likely right than wrong than what you are claiming is true. The jury will ultimately look at all the evidence that has been presented and then, based upon the judge's legal instructions, come to a decision about whether they believe your doctor was careless in a malpractice case, whether his carelessness was a cause of your injury, and whether your injuries are clearly significant. And if so, how much money to give you as a form of compensation for all the harms and losses and damages that you incurred because of the doctor's carelessness. As you go through your trial, there will be days where you feel up, there will be days where you feel down, and there will be days when you think that the judge's rulings go against you and is harming your case. Hopefully, the judge is impartial and you don't have that issue, and now the judge is making a rational, legal conclusion on certain things that are being asked to come into evidence. And now, ultimately, it will be the jury to decide, the members of the community, whether you are slightly more likely right than wrong. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to open your eyes and help you understand how these types of cases work in New York. You know, I recognize you're watching this video because you likely have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter happened in New York, and you have not yet started a lawsuit, and you are thinking of doing so, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207, or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. Well, that's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.